Welcome to Offgrid Victory. So today we're doing a little bit of maintenance as well as repair, and this is a 2008 Chevy Suburban. And what I'm about to talk to you about will apply to GM cars like the Suburban that have the Stabilitrak system in it. And forgive all that noise in the background, but this will apply to like Tahoes, Chevy Tahoes, the GM Denali's, the Escalade, any of these SUVs, right? The larger light truck SUVs. And so if you have a Stabilitrak issue, the first thing it'll do is give you this error, and you'll get all these little blinking lights here. You'll get this kind of ABS slippage kind of sign warning, as well as the brake. And here it says service the brake system. And so the service of the Stabilitrak system can be pretty complicated, and there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong in your Stabilitrak system. So some of the errors that it could be the reason why you have these things is a wheel speed sensor error, or a faulty steering angle sensor, faulty rotational speed sensor, and the steering rack and pinion. And so there are a lot of things to trace down to figure out why this Stabilitrak system is off. And of course, that Stabilitrak system is what prevents you from losing power to specific wheels, and gets you off of traction. So normally you would have it on, and it does both use the steering system as well as the braking system, as well as the speed, to control any of kind of the drifting that may happen on slippery roads and wet roads where you lose traction, right? So it's a good system, but once again, it's full of electronics and all sorts of sensors, and everything under the sun could potentially cause it to not work. And so we're going to go through some of those diagnostics, but what I want to do in this video is just kind of quickly go over that Stabilitrak system and show you the most common problem and what happened to this vehicle and the remedy for it. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, I did the fix, and let's go talk about it. So let's go turn on the engine and see what happens now. Engine is starting up properly, and I get the normal errors. I still have that check engine light that I got to deal with. Let me show you. And of course the hood is open, seatbelt light's on, but the Stabilitrak error is gone now. The service brake light is off now, and therefore now I can use cruise control. I mean, that's really the main reason I wanted Stabilitrak back. Yeah, I guess it would help in slippery conditions, and that's what it was designed for. But all these electronics, my goodness, just prone to failure, right? Give me a car, a good truck that is fairly mechanical, basically only uses a battery to start. Yeah, I'd paid $50,000 for that. But the new vehicles today, garbage. At any rate, let's go talk about what I had to fix. Let me turn off the engine. Okay, so the Stabilitrak error, right? In this particular car, what had happened? And so here's the repair that I did. It's the whole brake reservoir. Now you can see the level of the brake fluid. This is .3. It's at in between the minimum and maximum. Well, it's because I replaced the whole dang reservoir. And so what was the Stabilitrak error that I was getting in my car? Well, believe it or not, over the years, the housing of this thing cracked. And in the back, it was leaking a little bit of fluid every time. And then eventually it went below the minimum mark and gave me that Stabilitrak error. And so, yeah, I decided to replace the whole thing. I guess I could have just replaced this container portion of it, but the whole housing, I figured might as well do it, because this car is pretty old. It's a 2008, so I figured it's time. So yeah, here goes the part. Chuck that away, and let me show you the new part. So the new part is another, I think it's an AC Delco part. It is an original part. So these Chevys, GMs, Cadillacs, all of those SUVs and trucks will have this. And so what you want to mainly do is watch out for the threads here, getting it off, the two threads here for your brake lines. And then what I would do is make sure that it's not cross-threaded, do it by hand. And what I would do is first remove these and then take the whole, these two bolts off here and on the other side to remove this whole unit. And so putting it back together, put the new unit on, and I would start with these two lines, put them in first, and then put the whole housing back. And that'll make life a lot easier. Then you don't have to kind of, you know, try to move these lines away, or because they are under a little bit of pressure and flex. So do that first when you put it back, and then put the whole unit back and refill. And you know, I figured I might as well do a brake flush as well, and I did that while I was doing this job, and actually ended up replacing brake pads too. So it was a good thing having this error, I guess. So on the homestead, you can do these kind of repairs for yourself, and well, you'll be forced to, right, pretty soon. Anyway, alrighty, shalom.